All right, I'm not here to waste your time. So if you want big shoulders, let's get started right away. Now, why should you trust my advice? Well, here's a picture of me in the exact same spot in the gym, taken 3 years apart. Now, I could have gotten here way faster. Okay, I've made a lot of mistakes, and if I knew the advice I know now that I'm going to give you in this video, I would have gotten here much faster than 3 years. So here's a couple more pictures. And let's get started. So, there might be a few mistakes you're making that's stopping your shoulder development. I know this because I've made them myself. The main one being training frequency. See, I never really prioritized my shoulders, even though I should have. So I would start with chest, like let's say on a push day, I would start with chest, triceps, and then I would end with shoulders, or do chest, shoulders, and triceps, never really prioritizing them. So I would do like one, maybe maximum of 2 shoulder sessions per week at maximum for like 3 or 4 sets per exercise per session. That really isn't a lot when it comes to your massive shoulder development. So increasing your training frequency, I'll give you my exact split, the exact split that I do, have me training my shoulders 3 times a week. I'll give you my split in a little bit. But increasing your frequency is the number one, like that's the best thing you can do to increase shoulder development. But also, the second point being not doing heavy presses and only relying on lateral raises. I know lateral raises, I will recommend lateral raises to you in this video. You need to do them. But that's not the only shoulder movement that you need to do to get big, strong shoulders. You also have to do a lot of presses. So, my exact split. I have 3 different shoulder days, like in a week. So the first shoulder day is actually today. I do shoulders after chest. So I finish chest, I do triceps, and then I do shoulders at the end. Side lateral, side delts. I just do a lot of lateral raises, like 4 to 6 sets of lateral raises. Then a separate shoulder day. This will be done 2 days after chest day. And I will do a lot of heavy pressing. I'll give you the presses that I'm going to recommend you in this video. I do a lot of heavy presses. So behind the neck press, standing OHP, barbell press, Smith machine. Of course, I don't know all of them, but I switch between. If the Smith machine is busy, I do the barbell. If the barbells are all taken, I do the... You get the idea. Different variations of it. And the last day I do lateral raises is after leg day, because my shoulders are completely fine. They're not tired at that point, and I can hit them again. And then the next day is a rest day, which is Sunday. So it's perfect for me. Because when you do heavy presses, your shoulders do take some time to recover. But when you do just lateral raises, even if you do them in 10s, they don't take that much like time to recover. So even like a day, you can go again. So let's go through the exercises that I'm going to recommend you for growing your shoulders. The number one is slow and controlled lateral raises. Okay? You want to feel your side delts activate when you're doing the lateral raises. Okay? Very slow and controlled. You're going to hold at the top for a second. You're going to come back down very slowly. You're going to actually burn and feel the muscle. Do this at the beginning as a sort of warm-up, but also activation before the next one, which is heavy partial lateral raises. You're not going to go all the way up. You're going to go about partial, like maybe even half or less than half a little bit, like on the range of motion. And you're going to pick up a very heavy dumbbell. Let's say slow and controlled lateral raises you can do with 15 pounds. For this one, you're going to pick 35 pounds. This is what I do. 15 pounds slow and controlled. I'm holding at the top and slowly letting it come back down. And go up again, hold, come back down slow. But with this one, the heavy partial, I pick the 35-pound dumbbells. Very heavy. I can do a full rep, but I don't plan to. I only do the heavy partial at the bottom. It really puts a lot of stress on your shoulders. Some people say it's bad for your shoulders. I have never had a shoulder injury doing these, okay? So it's safe. You can do these. The next one is machine laterals. The thing about machine laterals is I don't really prioritize them, or even like cable lateral raises, with the cable attachment. Sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. It's like a variation I throw in. If the dumbbell rack is like extremely busy, I'm like, okay, I won't go there. Let me just pick the machine, like the cable machine, or the machine lateral raises, the standing machine lateral raises. But these two are my staple. The full rep, you're burning and you're controlling everything, and the very heavy partial rep, okay, just at the bottom. I also recommend, after you do your partial lateral raises, pick a very light dumbbell. So if you do 35, pick, 7.5. If your usual is 15, pick a very light dumbbell and do just the top partial range of motion. So if this is the full range of motion, you're going to do that for your first 2 sets. Then you're going to do heavy, the partial, for the second 2 sets. And you can actually do a drop set in those and do just the partial top range of motion with a very light dumbbell. And then you can throw off the dumbbells and just do with your hand. It's still going to burn. Like, even if there's no dumbbell in your hand, it's going to burn at the end if you've done it properly. Now, that's just lateral raises. I do them at the end of chest. I do them at the end of leg day, like I said, when they're not sore. But the main builder for your chest, for your shoulders, to build strong, round, complete delts is going to be pressing. So on the separate shoulder day that I have, that's when I do these presses. I start with these presses. Now, the exact presses don't really matter as much as you pushing hard on the presses, right? So you can do barbell OHP standing. You can do barbell OHP like the seated version. You can do behind the neck press. You can do the Smith machine variation of all of these, including behind the neck Smith machine press. You can do a shoulder machine, like shoulder press machine. You can also do upright rows at the cable stack. It doesn't really matter exactly what exercises, as long as you're picking at least like 2 or 3 and alternating between them or rotating between them. Let's go through a couple of them. This one, for example. Standing OHP, you can do, you can get a spot, you can get your friend to spot you. You can do standing version, you can do the seated Smith machine version. Push hard on whichever one you choose, just make sure to push hard and train really to failure. Behind the neck press, now, with behind the neck press, it may look very risky, okay? Trust me, it's not. Give it a try. Don't put any weight on the barbell, just the empty barbell. Pretend you're about to like squat, so you're, back here. And then jump up and get the barbell up. It really is not like a risky movement that's going to break your shoulders. It really is not. It frees your shoulders more than anything, okay? Before this, I recommend doing some proper stretching and mobility. Don't just come into the gym and immediately jump into this. Do your mobility, get warmed up, do some shoulder rotations, and then start with either one of these presses. Like, you can choose this version, you can choose the behind the neck press, you can choose whichever version of the press that you like. I'm just giving you the ideas. Make sure to push hard on any one of them you choose. Make sure to train hard. Now, upright rows, sometimes I may throw this variation. If my friend is doing it, I'm like, hey bro, let's, alternate it, and we'll do like 25, 30 reps, heavy, and also like partials at the bottom. Like, it's just for fun. It's just for like a burn, honestly. Like, same for lateral raises. I'll have my friend push me down from the side. He'll stand behind me and he'll push me down from the side, and I'll try and resist the pressure at the end of my lateral raises. It's not like a part of the program, but I do it every now and again just for funsies. And guess what? If you're going to have fun training, you're going to train really hard and you're going to grow. So I want to touch on shoulder machines, like the standing shoulder lateral raise machine and also the shoulder press. Like I said, you can choose any machine you want, but a lot of the shoulder machine, especially these ones, if the seat adjustment is not right, if the seat is way too far back, you can actually target accidentally your front delts, not your side delts. So make sure the seat adjustment on this machine is properly set. So you're actually targeting your side delts and not just like leaning back and prioritizing your front delts. So just keep an eye out for that. And as for the shoulder lateral raise machine, I recommend doing it one side at a time. That's for me personally. I don't usually do this machine as much, but sometimes, like I said, if the gym is busy, I may throw in this variation. I recommend doing it one side at a time so you can really focus on that left delt and then go on the other side and the right delt. We've talked about a lot about side delts, but I want you to also train like every part of your shoulders, the rear delts as well. Don't ignore rear delts. So this is taken around the same time, about 3 years ago, and this is now. Higher body fat as well, so like way higher body fat. I'm leaner in this picture. So do not ignore rear delts. Do your face pulls, rear delt flies. I'll make a separate video just for rear delts, right? Dumbbell, you can do face pulls, you can do reverse pec deck, you can do cable. There's a lot of stuff. So I'll make a separate video for rear delts. But don't ignore rear delts. It's also part of shoulder. Surprise, right? Because a lot of people don't train their rear delts as much. And the last thing I want to cover on is overpowered front delts. Like I said, on these machines, if you don't set the seat just right, you put it too far back, you can actually hit your front delts more than your side delts, even though you want to hit your side delts. I have a very overpowered front delt. Like my side delt is still good. I'm still working on it. I'm still developing it. But my front delt, it's overpowered. Okay, so I do not do any sort of front like pressing like ever. I do a lot of heavy incline, which already kind of hits and activates the front anyway. I don't need any more front delts. I need more side delts and obviously rear delts. So that's what you're gonna prioritize. Make sure you're not doing front delts on this exercise because a lot of people accidentally do front delts if your seat positioning is not correct. Now to end this off, it's not just the shoulders that give you the wide sort of V-taper look. It's also a slimmer waist. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I'm just going to say, look, do daily vacuums at the beginning, like empty stomach daily vacuums first thing in the morning. That's just going to do wonders for you for like a slim, tight waist. Of course, you still have to be, decently lean. You still have to go on a clean diet so you can actually lean down. Part of it is also genetics, how slim literally your waist can get. But daily vacuums, just do them. Just don't argue with this. Just do empty stomach vacuums. 2 to 4 sets every single morning for the rest of your life. It's going to help you just stay lean in your stomach. It's going to keep your stomach tight. And also, it's good for a lot of different like bodybuilding poses as well. So that's the video. I hope you found some value in it. And yeah, if you want this transformation, follow the advice. I could have gotten here much, much quicker if I knew the advice that I gave in this video. So use it. Go train shoulders. Don't ignore rear delts. And make sure you're not actually targeting front delts in a lot of the shoulder press machines. So that's it. That's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.